Welcome to the Gag Is podcast with me, your host, Charlie Shantae, where I share the roller coaster of my life, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. After becoming a teen mom at 14 and a widow by the age of 21, it's a journey filled with tears and laughter, reminding you that even in the toughest moments, there's hope. The gag is, life may be unpredictable, but it's always worth living.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Gag Is podcast. I am your girl Charlie Shantae. Thank you for joining me on another episode. Happy to have you here. Let me start off by saying Happy New Year to you. We are in 2024 and I feel like it came upon us pretty quick. Like I feel like we woke up one day, it was Christmas, and then the next day we were saying Happy New Year. Like, I feel like that's how fast it went. But it is what it is. So I hope that you guys had an amazing holiday. Like I said in my end of the year video, for holidays, we kept it pretty mellow because baby boy was sick, but he's much better now. So we are into 2024. And y'all know with 2024 comes New Year's resolutions. And I used to be super, super big on New Year's resolutions. Like, oh my God, like what I'm going to do. Oh my gosh, it got to be something amazing. But then as I started to get a little older, I realized like New Year's resolutions ain't nothing but a big lie you going to tell yourself and you going to break in 30 days. So I quit doing it. I started using it as a way to think about what has happened over the past year and see what I can do to revamp that. So today we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions, like have you thought about them? Like we're a couple of days in, so hopefully you've thought about it. You've already started it. If not, you're putting it in motion so that you can start, or however, you notice I'm still not back on my regular set that I made because your girl's still having back pain. So these next few episodes, y'all gonna see your girl real comfy wumpy. As I'm still dealing with the back pain, but I'm not gonna let that stop me from still getting y'all great content. But like I said, I'm just gonna be a little comfy wumpy. So like y'all might get another one where I'm in the bed. I don't know, just wherever my body is. I probably need to make me a doctor's appointment. But yeah. So let's go ahead and jump into today's topic. So New Year's resolutions, you know what I'm saying? Everybody screaming New Year, new me. Like, what does that even mean? So how you pick your resolution? Like for me, I pick stuff that I know I don't want to start nothing new. I don't like the new year, new me saying, because if it's a new year and a new me, does that mean it's a new year and I'm about to be somebody that I'm not going to be? Like I'm going to transform and do this stuff and like not be who I am. Like I'm going to get out of character. So I'm going to spend time out of my day, out of my life to become somebody that I'm really not. No, we're not gonna do that. So I quit saying new year, new me, because it's just a new year, but it's not a new me. It's a new year, but it's an improved version of myself. I don't want to be a new person. I've mastered being this person that I am. Now I just need to figure out how to make it better in essence. Like, are you looking to change something? Like, do you want to add something to what you already do? Like, what is the reason for the change? Is this change something that's going to be beneficial to you? Is there a habit that you want to break? Or like, what is your reasoning behind changing up your New Year's resolution? Or picking that as a resolution, I guess you could say. So like, are you doing it for you? Are you doing it for somebody else, or are you doing it to keep up with a trend? Because I know, like, I know that at the beginning of the year, everybody's like, it's the new year. I'm about to start eating healthy. I'm about to start going to the gym. Now, are you doing that for you, or are you doing that because it's a trend? Because let me tell you, I go to the gym on a regular, and I've been this week. I will say, y'all in the gym with some mighty cute outfits. So, like, are y'all in the gym to work out and change, or are you in the gym because it's a trend? You got to decide, because keeping up paying money every month to keep up with the trend, and then you done built this whole wardrobe around like a trend you're trying to follow, like, that's weird. But do you go off? Do you? But for me, I try to pick things that are small and that I can use the whole year to master or what have you. For example, last year my resolution was to lose weight. I started the year at my heaviest weight ever, and on the last day of the year, I was down 21 pounds. I mean, so I picked a goal, and my goal was to lose the weight. I didn't specify how much, because I didn't want to get caught up on a number like, okay, I got to lose this amount of weight, and if not, I'm a failure. I made changes in my life. I made changes in my diet, and then that got me to the end, which was 21 pounds. I'm enjoying it because now I can go to that bin that's in my closet and I can get them pants that I couldn't wear last year. About to slide a few of them pair out because, slim thick is on the way. But back to the issue at hand, you know, in your professional life, are you trying to set a resolution for your personal life? Like, what are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to get a promotion? Are you trying to get a raise? What are you doing to ensure that you're going to be in a position to proposition yourself to get that raise, or to apply for that position that's of higher caliber for you? Does the new position require any education? Does it require you to take some CMEs, or what do you need to get said raise or promotion for a new position? Like, you got to make sure you hone in and find out what it is you need to do to be ready for that position. You can't go in with I'm gonna apply for this position because I know it's mine, because I would be good for it. Okay, there's a lot of things that we would all be good at, but just because we're good at it, or we think we will be good at it, does that still mean that we should apply for it, or it's for us? Like, should we do that? Um so, make sure you have the necessary skills. Like, there's jobs that I'm like, this job is for me, but once I started looking at it, I realized, although I feel like this is the perfect job for me, I don't possess all of the skills needed for this position, and I don't want to apply for a position that I don't feel that I check at least 9 of the 10 boxes for that position. I want to make sure that I go in and I am confident. Although they may hire me if I only check 7 out of the 10 boxes and help me build and grow. But for me and my comfort level, I would rather go in with a 9 out of 10 boxes checked, so that I can go in feeling more comfortable. That way I can go in and do the best that I can at this new position. I hope that makes sense to you guys. If not, go ahead and rewind that back, listen to it again, and I think you'll get the gist of what it is that I'm trying to say. So, in order to get further, sometimes we have to give up stuff. And I know on a few episodes back, I talked about giving up stuff to get where you want. Sometimes you got to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. And with New Year's resolution, I think that 1000% holds true. You got to get a little bit uncomfortable. So, my goal was to lose weight last year. So, I had to give up gummy bears. I love gummy bears. But I knew in order to get to where it was I needed to be, I wanted to be, I know I had to give up gummy bears. And yeah, I miss my gummy bears. And so now it's to the point where I can get gummy bears and I can just eat a few and I am perfectly okay with that. Like I am just fine with having just a few gummy bears. Like over as the 12 months went on, I had conditioned myself that, it's okay to have a treat, but know when to say when. Your girl had to learn when to say when because she know when to say when. Also, you know, think about realistically what you can give up. Don't sit here and go, I'm going to give up XYZ, knowing that that's something that's difficult for you. One of the main things that I gave up that I know a lot of people give up during the month of January is social media. People take a social media detox. People take a social media, you know, trend. It's becoming a trend to like in the month of January to take a social media break. That's cool. That's fine. Do you, but when you're doing that, what that time that you were spending on social media, what are you going to do with this newfound spare time? Are you going to read? Are you going to work on a craft? Are you going to work on building something? Are you going to do more self-care? What are you going to do with that spare time? Because you're going to drive yourself crazy if you sit there and go, man, I'm not on social media. I can't get on social media. I'm wondering what's going on there. Like, what am I missing out? FOMO, fear of missing out. What are you going to do with that time? Make sure you kind of figure out what you're going to do with that time. A lot of people, I notice a lot of people say at the start of the new year they're going to cut people off. Why you got to wait till the beginning of the year to cut people off? Like, is it just like, okay, I'm going to put up with your stuff until December 31st at 11:59, but at the stroke of midnight you're done, you're out my life, shoo, skedaddle, get on. Why do we have to wait, to the beginning of the year? But I do think it is a good New Year's revamp. We're not going to say resolution, we're going to say revamp. Because you can't carry people with you over and over and over, because it's like you keep doing the same thing over and over, you're going to get the same results, right? So it's the same thing with people. You carry toxic, harmful people into the new year with you. It's in essence, you still bringing the same drama and everything into what you consider to be your fresh start. You don't want to do that. I'm the type of person, if I'm going to cut you off, I'm going to cut you off. Like, I'm not going to say I'm going to cut you off on this deadline. I'm going to cut you off. I don't need to continue to drag your weight, and your baggage with me. I'm going to cut you off. Because if you're not benefiting to me, you creating problems in my life, you're draining, I'm gonna have to cut you off. Except for my best friends, like, no, other people, y'all can go. Best friends, forever. Um, you know, just make sure you're doing whatever you're doing it in a positive way, because just because you don't want to deal with someone, you don't want someone in your life, doesn't mean that you got to be nasty to them. You just be like, hey, I'm at an intersection in my life and I don't think you quite fit where I'm going. Nothing against you, no hard feelings, but where I'm going is somewhere that I don't think I can bring you with me. I seen a meme today. It said, my circle is so small, it's not even a circle anymore. It's a dot. And I wholeheartedly feel that. So be cognitive about the people that you bring with you into the next year, that you have in your life. You know, just be cognitive about it. I'm debating if I want to keep my glasses off or not, because it bothers me that I can see the light in my glasses. And that bothers me. And then my glasses is hella dirty. Y'all don't judge me. Your girl is on the struggle bus over here. Let me tell you, I'm trying to told you. Your girl is on the struggle bus, but y'all gonna get this content because I ain't perfect. This is real and raw. The gag is I'm not perfect. Nope. Your girl ain't. But moving right along, sticking with your New Year's resolutions, New Year, new me. I told y'all I don't believe in that New Year, new me. Like, you go get the same old me. I'm just gonna revamp a couple of things in my life. Make sure you stick with your resolutions. Make sure you do stuff that make sure you set stuff that is attainable, stuff that you can do, and stuff that's easy to achieve, something that even if you have a setback, you're not going to be set back. If your goal is to lose 2 pounds a month, but you lost 0, okay, we need to figure out whatever it was we did for that month wasn't working, so I need to try something else. There's always room for improvement. Failure is not something, it's just a redirection. So I don't say failure, I just say a missed opportunity with a redirection. Oh, that sounds so good. That sounds real good. That sound real smart. I just made that up off the top of my dome. Anyway, so don't say stuff like, this is the one that I say a lot, I'm gonna go to the gym every day. Unless you're preparing for a show, what you need to go to the gym for every day? I go to the gym. I make it to the gym 4 to 5 times a week. And for me, to me, I'm killing it. But it also allows me time for my body to recover. And I don't sustain any overuse injuries and things like that. So start off realistic. Like, I'm going to go to the gym, especially if you haven't been in the gym a long time. I'm going to go to the gym 1 to 2 days a week. 1 to 2 days a week is allowing that's attainable. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just starting off and you don't want to get burnt out. It takes 21 days to form a habit, and so build yourself up. That way you don't suffer burnout with your resolution. When you're going to the gym, what is the goal? Like, are you going to get stronger? Are you going to lose weight? Like, what is your goal for getting in the gym? Whatever your goal is, or whatever your New Year revamp is, make sure you have a plan, because failing to plan will create a catastrophe for you, and it will set you up for failure. I know, because I've been there, I've done that, and I'm trying to tell you, plan. Because if you just waking up day to day and you trying to wing it, ain't gonna work, sis. Ain't gonna work. And we ain't failing. Okay, we ain't trying to take too many redirections, especially if we can plan and we can prevent it. We ain't taking a whole bunch of redirections. Some of my New Year's resolutions: read more books. On my bookshelf, I probably have about 20 books that I need to read. And so I need to start setting aside time for me to read. Like, I love to look at YouTube videos and different stuff as such. So maybe I need to cut back on my YouTube. So instead of saying watching YouTube 5 times a week, maybe I can go down to 3 times a week and substitute those other 2 days, substitute some reading in there so that I can possibly get through these books this year. If I keep on record, that's about a book and a half, 2 books per month, and I should be done at the end of the year. But I also need to know when I go to the store and I see another book that catches my attention that I can't buy it. So last year I said I wasn't going to buy any new books until I read the ones that I have. Needless to say, I ain't get no new books last year because your girl ain't read. Like, I read some stuff, but I did read three. I didn't read. I listened to 3 audiobooks. So, I said, even though I'm not reading a physical copy, I listened to some audiobooks. It's not the same. However, I'm still, to me, it count. It count. Revamp my fitness goals. Now, like I said, I go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week, and I do have a trainer who I work with, like when I'm not at the gym. And so this year I'm just going to get a little, like, my goal is to get a little bit stronger in my upper torso area. So a year and a half ago I had emergency surgery. So I've spent the last year and a half trying to rebuild and get my strength back in my abdomen. And then last year I ended up getting I gotta be cognizant. I gotta be careful the words I use because they'll take you down. I received an injection, and the injection was placed wrong, and it messed up the mobility in my right arm. So I'm trying to regain some strength in my arm. So I can get strong again. I'm not gunning for no 6-pack or nothing like that. Like, that's not my goal. Like, my goal is to get strength in my upper body. Cause my bottom half is fine. Like, that thing be thinging. Like, these legs they be legs, and is that a word? Yeah, the legs be legging. So I'm not worried about that. Food goal revamps. Like I said, last year I quit gummy bears. This year, um, I gotta be more mindful with my snacking. Like, I meal prep my food, so I eat good. Eating good is not the problem. I'm sorry, eating my meal preps is not the problem. It's, I might get a wild hair and I might want a bag of chips. Like, right now, I really do want a bag of chips. It's between a bag of chips or getting in my car and going to Waffle House. Y'all know how I feel about my Waffle House. So, like, unplanned meals is my big thing. Like, Waffle House will get me off my it'll get me off my thing. So, I have to be more careful with that. Um, this one is a big one. And I thought long and hard about it. Um, but I know it's needed. I'm going to focus more on my self-care. And when I'm talking about self-care, I'm talking about therapy. I decided that I was going to go back to therapy. I had a conversation with my psychiatrist, and I was like, I think I need to go back to therapy. There's some things that I want to work on, and I feel like I have some tools, but I don't have all the tools. So I feel as though therapy would be would be beneficial with where I'm at, and then being able to recognize that I could benefit from therapy. I feel like that's a step in the right direction. As the show goes on, I will get more candid about having a psychiatrist, having a psychologist, and going to therapy. That's what this show is. I've endured some traumas, and it's been a minute, but I still need to work through that. And so as time goes on, we'll discuss that, and hopefully I can get some people on the show to talk about different things, therapies, and just small strategies if you're not ready to make that leap and go to therapy. I'm also going to start back getting my massages and my facials. I had kind of cut it off for a little bit, but on New Year's Eve, my best friend and I went to get a massage and we went to do float tank deprivation. Just kind of, wash the worries and the troubles of 2023 off. Coming to 2024, a little refreshed, open minded, and such. So I'm going to take my self care just a little bit better, take care of myself a little bit better this year. Definitely going to rest. I know there are times where I'm like, go, 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 go. But I need to start taking time to rest and relax and not just go to sleep, but actually get rest, like a actual 6, 7 hours. 8 hours is cool. It's too much for me, but get I want to be rested this year, so that I can continue to bring you guys content and still have a life on the outside and not always be tired. And the last thing I want to do this year is, everyone tells me that I'm an amazing mother. I do this year. I want to become a better mother, but I'm not quite sure what that looks like because my kids are different ages. They're 10 years apart. And so I'm not really sure what that looks like. So I have to sit down. And when I go to therapy, this is something I'm going to do as well. I'm going to sit and comprise a list of things I want to work on with each individual child. Like I said, they're 10 years apart, and so they don't have the same things going on. So I want to make sure that I'm giving each one of them their own separate attention and not just one blanket agenda. So I want to make sure that they feel special, they feel loved in their each respective. I want to spend time with each one of them separately so that we can talk, we can have our conversations, and then we'll have our family time with that. So yeah, so that's what I want to do with my New Year's. That's my New Year's revamp. Leave me some comments, like leave me a review and tell me about your New Year's resolution. Or if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and leave me in the comments what your New Year's revamp is. And let me know if you have a plan or if you know how you're going to obtain that. I would love to hear, what some of y'all's New Year's revamps are. Maybe, I can give you some tips. Maybe I can help you be an accountability partner. Anything I can do to help your girl is here. All right. So let's move into my favorite segment, what we call You Can't Make This Up. Now, I'll be finding these crazy stories and I'll be like, wow. So this one you may have heard of, um, but there's so many questions that go on in my mind. So, family dog eats $4,000 in cash off the kitchen counter. First of all, why y'all got that much money just sitting on the counter? Like that that ain't a red flag to y'all? Like you just casually got $4,000 sitting around at your house on the counter. Like y'all ain't had this in a cash box, a safe. Y'all ain't had this money locked up. Like so many questions. And then the dog ate it. Like the dog ain't never ate nothing else in its life. And then all of a sudden it decided it wants to eat $4,000. And I want to say that, that he didn't eat all the money. Oh, okay. So I didn't see this part. I had read the story, but I didn't see the part. So they had took out $4,000 because they getting some work done on their house and they needed to pay the contractors. And so I want to say that the dog ended up eating, um let's see here. The dog left a shredded $1,500 on the floor, but ate the remaining $2,500. What kind of money was this? Like, what did the dog smell on this money that made him say, "Man, I want to eat this money. Tastes like money." Tastes like money. Like, this dog took this to a whole nother level. So he unfortunately got sick with this. So he was like, "Ooh, this money tastes good, but let me give y'all money back." So he vomited and he pooped it out. And the owners, they went through the vomit and the poop to get said money out. They said that if they could salvage the money, the bank told them if they could get the information off the money, the serial numbers, then they could exchange it for new money. And so the couple washed and taped every bill they could find and recovered all but $500 of the original amount. That is wild. You got your dog ate $3,500 worth of money, and y'all was able to salvage everything but $500. It reminds me of that verse in a Nipsey Hussle song where he talking about his brother buried the money in the backyard and they would blow drying and stuff. That's crazy. And even though the dog ate all this money up, he recovered and he was healthy and everything. But that's just crazy. Crazy. My dog would never. Now my mama dog, he a thug. My dog wouldn't do such a thing. Anyway, so before we close it out, y'all know we got to do a song of the week, song or lyric of the week. So the song that I pick is Hello by, I think her name is Aqyila. I hope I'm saying that right. I love that song. That's like my I'm going to therapy. I'm getting my things together. I'm getting my life in order. The song starts out by saying, falling in love with who I am. Definitely falling in love with who I am. I'm becoming a better person slowly but surely. You know, it nobody's perfect and we don't change overnight. You know, we have to work through things and we have to take our time and work through things. So yeah, that is the song and the lyric of the week. As always, if you have not, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have not already, leave me a review wherever you listen to your podcast. Well, until next week, I am your girl, Charlie Shantae. This is the Gag Is podcast.